We've got breaking news coming in. The father of one of the two victims in Badaun has questioned why the state government has not yet issued a formal notice to transfer the investigation to the CBI. Remember, both Rahul Gandhi and Vilas Paswan had assured the families that the investigation would be transferred to the CBI. The father is now questioning why that formal notification hasn't gone out. Remember, the junior Home Minister, Kiran Rijiju, had earlier said that he has not yet received any letter from the state government asking for a CBI investigation. News breaking now, where the father has questioned the lethargy, it's apparent lethargy on the part of the state government to initiate a CBI inquiry into the rape and murders of two cousins last week in Badaun district in Uttar Pradesh. And a related development, India's new Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi has said that there is in fact no need to have the CBI involved in this case. When asked a question about whether the CBI would start investigating, she said, "What will the CBI do?" So two apparent divergent bits of news coming in, where on the one hand you have Vilas Paswan, who's a cabinet minister, promising that the centre will take up this investigation and will take up the matter with the Akhilesh Yadav government, and the father of one of the girls then questioning why this hasn't happened. And then you have the Women and Child Development Minister, who says that the CBI investigation is unnecessary at this stage, in her opinion. Now, it must be said that after what was obvious mishandling on the part of the police in Badaun district, two policemen who were on duty that night have been suspended and charged with criminal conspiracy. Ankit Tyagi has been reporting from Badaun for the past few days and joins us now. Ankit, the father was promised a CBI inquiry by VVIPs visiting Badaun district. That hasn't happened and he's angry.
Absolutely. We just spoke to him a while back, and the father said that he is not happy with the UP decision, not up to now, in fact, going ahead and transferring the case to the CBI. He also expressed doubts whether Akhilesh Yadav has any real motive of giving justice in this case. Very categorically, Pierre, he said on record that he also fears for his life. But now we see that politics on this entire case has just begun, with all the visiting politicians, Vilas Paswan, Akhilesh, Rahul Gandhi, Meera Kumar, Mayawati, all of them promising the father that there will be a CBI inquiry. Akhilesh Yadav doing that signatory move, just going ahead and saying that they will forward it to the CBI, so far not even finding time to write a letter. And now the minister for Child and Women for Welfare, Maneka Gandhi, who has been under criticism for being in Pilibhit the second day of this story and not even finding time to come here and visit the family, says that she doesn't even think that CBI probe will do any good. So politics over CBI probe has begun on the ground. The family extremely disappointed and still hoping that there would be a mechanism that could be worked out so that they can at least hope of some justice in this brutal case.
In a related story, Ankit, we have the Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi, who says at this stage she does not see the need for a CBI inquiry because of the way that the police have handled the case since it was mishandled.
Absolutely. This is this is in fact surprising that Minister for Women and Child saying that there is no need for CBI inquiry, whereas her cabinet colleague had already promised the family that there would be a CBI inquiry. The family is demanding a CBI inquiry. They have no faith in the same police, the officers, those who are conducting the inquiry. It was their subordinates, those who mishandled the case. They were the ones, those who, in fact, connived with the perpetrators in this case, and they are the ones, those who are trying to threaten the family. So it is beyond people's expectations, beyond what can be comprehended right now, why Maneka Gandhi does not want a CBI inquiry. More than that, now the government has changed. The CBI more or less is under the central ministry. It is up to the government to form a team so that they can push forward this case. So even that is not being done. Maneka Gandhi was, as I mentioned, Pierre, under a lot of criticism for being in Pilibhit, which is just 2 hours away from this very spot where we are reporting this case from in Badaun. and she didn't even bother to visit the family of the victim. So, of course, a lot of questions being, and you can see how politics is being played even over investigation.
All right, let's listen to what the father was telling reporters earlier, and as we mentioned, he's unhappy with the fact that the CBI has not yet been brought in.
चाहिए तो मैं न्यायी CBI जांची, चाहे वो लिखे है चिट्ठी या ना लिखे, ये तो उनके बात है। मैं मांग तो यही है, न्याय चाहिए मुझे, CBI जांच चाहिए, अंदर से गार्ड की जरूरत है। आज सरकार पे मुझे कोई भरोसा नहीं।
Ankit, the father clearly saying he has absolutely no trust in local authorities, that especially given how they dealt with the families on the night those two girls went missing, and one really can't blame him for that. And again, it calls into question whether there can be an impartial investigation.
Absolutely. The father very clearly mentioning, as you heard him there, I was asking him that question, he very clearly mentioned that they have no faith in the local police. Also saying that it is the subordinates of these same policemen, those who have been now caught, they are now behind bars, those who will be inquiring the case. He also expressed fear for his life. He said that I don't have trust in these policemen, those who are posted outside my house. He also very categorically expressed that once the media spotlight fades away, then what will happen? He also demanded that there should be guards from the central forces that should be provided to the family. And, very significantly, that probably would not have been captured on camera. We were talking to him. He said the three accused are Yadavs. One of the policemen, those who have been arrested, is Yadav. And abhi to sarkar ke 3 saal bache hain. There are still 3 years left for this government. This clearly shows the mindset, the fear of the people, those who are living here. It is the Yadav family which is ruling the state, and the accused are Yadav, and that is why they believe there cannot be a fair inquiry in this case by the state police, and that is why a demand of the CBI inquiry.